takes time. Hey, it takes time.
Lots of leg room in the cabs.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
I like how it's easy to get in and out.
The seats also pull down. That's kind of cool.
On our way to PSA.
And we've got two world champions with us. This is the most fantastic day. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be absolutely brilliant.
That you smiled? Wait a minute. How's your new book, The Exceptional Speaker?
I've got a bag full of it right here. The Exceptional Speaker. Buy one before it's too late.
If you don't know Alan and hadn't met him in previous videos, he is the funniest man in England. And I will swear to that.
Very kind of you to say so, Norman. It's an absolute pleasure to be here on your video. It's Darren, isn't it? Darren. World famous Toastmaster world champion. It's a hard man to remember. So here we have the Exceptional Speaker, a quite remarkable one. This show delivers sensational speeches written by two of the world's top speakers, Alan Stevens, that must be me then, and my friend Paul Duthbar from Johannesburg. If you haven't got a copy of this, you can pick it up on Kindle, or you can get the hardback, which is really lovely.
The humility astounds me.
So I'm Jane Gunn. I'm one of the co-presidents of the Professional Speaking Association here in the UK, and we're at the London region this morning, Saturday morning, and the room is buzzing. I think we're going to have over 70 people here today, and much of that is thanks to Darren and Ed from Toastmasters, who have introduced a number of their members to us today. So it's going to be a fantastic day. PSA UK, we have 11 regions now. We've grown, almost doubled in size in the last 3 years.
Wow.
And meetings happening every single month, which is really exciting. And we have one of our national meetings, the Spring Convention, coming up in April, if anybody wants to join us there. There are very few tickets left. Now Darren's asked me for a tip for a professional speaker, and actually something that comes out of meeting one of our speakers this morning. It's a very simple tip, but remember to breathe. Breathing is what keeps you calm, and breathing is what helps you to speak with authority. So there we go. Thank you very much.
And if you followed along with my last video, my friend Miriam was the one who brought me around the city. Yay, I met Miriam in France, and we've been buddies ever since. And she is at PSA, which she doesn't usually come to PSA. So any quick tips for speakers? She manages several speakers.
Yeah, be clear, be brief, be interesting.
Well said.
Open to new talent coming into aspect for me to put in front of our clients, but the MC role is harder because it's all about trust and so on. But from an MC perspective, there's a couple of things again I'm looking for, and that's very much someone who.
Ginger is so similar. But, as Ginger Rogers complained, she said she had to do everything that Fred Astaire did, but she had to do it backwards and in high heels. We have a man who's not just a speaker in his own right, and does a lot of speaking in America in particular these days, so we can all do with a few tips. Even Darren, later, one of our international champions, probably wants to talk to you at some stage.
Hello, I'm John Webber, and I'm here at the Professional Speaking Association event in London, and I'm talking to Darren LaCroix, and I've just been sharing with Darren how useful I find his Get More Laughs by Next Week DVD. Like Darren, I come from a very steeped Toastmaster tradition. I'm currently the UK and Ireland evaluation champion.
Congratulations!
And so I've learned a lot from looking at Darren, not just about the content of what he shares, but also looking at the way he shares it and the way he delivers his workshops. So that's particularly what's inspired me as someone who aspires to be a speaker coach. So thank you very much, Darren.
If you try and squeeze too much in, you squeeze your audience out. And if you want to change your thinking, the learning happens in the time of reflection. Do not pause for effect. Pause so we can reflect. Do not pause for effect. Pause so we can reflect. So when you ask us to think, that's going to be a long pause. You're just asking us to think about a career, and then it's just like, it's like, wait, stop. You just created a disconnect between you and your audience.
Vegas.
12th of April at the Victory Services Club in London, we have our live spring convention. How many of you are signed up to be there?
Darren LaCroix and Ed Tate just delivered here at London Professional Speaking Association the best masterclass I have ever seen. They delivered great advice, they gave great feedback, they were very, very direct, they were very honest, they were authentic. If you get a chance to see Darren and Ed anywhere in the world, take it.
I just saw Darren LaCroix. He's fantastic. He keeps telling me he's not a comedian, but he's the funniest person who's not a comedian that I've ever met. He's really good, and best of all, he gave me tips on where to get my hair cut so I can look like him. So well done, Darren. Great stuff. Thank you, Jeremy. It's him without the glasses. Ta-da! The aftermath.
This is the aftermath.
G'day, I'm Michael Dodd. I'm an Australian in London and I'm the president of the Professional Speaking Association here in London. So I appreciate great British speakers and I appreciate great American speakers. And it was fantastic to have the Darren and Ed experience. It really was. They came in, and what was amazing was that we'd had a lot of speakers earlier in the day, and they used their session at the end of the day to critique in a very positive, very caring, but brilliantly insightful way. And they actually gave a little makeover to some of them, and it really, really worked. And it was great takeaway value because they gave us this piece of paper, which is great. It's kind of like fill in your own takeaway tip sheet, and so they're not handing you everything, they're kind of making you do the work. So there's like, you write the bad stuff here that you should avoid and the great stuff here that you should do more of, and it's all really, really good, particularly their tips on dialogue. And it worked on stage, it really, really worked. I would recommend them for presentation coaching anywhere in the universe.
This is the O2 Arena. I did that. The O2 Arena, 15 days, standing ovation.
Wow.
Amazing. They said, get that Peter K off, get the guy on with the thumb.
Get the guy on with the thumb.
Get the guy on with the thumb. It was amazing.
I'll just walk by myself.
See what I wanted to do, so I wasn't expecting having on my great area to get lots and lots and lots of one-off gigs or
And on Australian gigs, so we're really tough. So we had this concept called Blow Talks on the Finish, which is
Two of my favorite people in all of England.
Record. Okay, you do. Sorry, we're just going to work out a song. Melodic line?
Here we go. It will be forever, but I'll never fall in love.
Oh, that's good.
And the moment that this is feel that way too.
Wow, round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Tall Girls.
And that's only after one drink.
Stay tuned, we'll be back.